You throw your phone on the bed. I can't summon him. He's just a fictional character, Ryan. Those videos are fake, and then you turn off the candles. Then you close the book and place it on the table. Your eyes felt heavy. It was raining outside. The soft light in your room made you sleepy. You didn't feel like reading anymore. You just wanted to rest. You leaned back to the bed. Slowly, your eyes closed. You fell asleep. Maybe tomorrow you would finish the book, or maybe you would not. But for now, sleep was all you needed. You were sleeping peacefully when a few minutes later something strange happened. Suddenly a figure appeared in the front of you. It was him, Jungkook, the villain from your book. He looked like the dark, mysterious, and wearing fancy coat. He stood still for a moment, blinking his eyes if he couldn't believe what was just happening. Where I am. He looked around. This was not the world he knew. This was not the dark world he's supposed to be in. He stepped closer to you, his eyes narrowed. Who is she? His voice was low, almost to himself. You were sleeping, unaware from the strange figure in your room. Jungkook looked at your book on the table and then he looked back at you. This is ridiculous. He squinted his eyes. You called me, didn't you? He stepped back, looking at the room one more time, clearly confused but calm, and then he walked to the bed, he smirked before he lay beside you. Next morning, you wake up blinking as something felt off. You were laying down. When you looked around, you realized you were in someone's arm. You jumped. Your heart raced. You quickly sat up. You were so startled that you almost fell off the bed. The person holding you was none other than Jungkook, the villain from your book. The same person from your book. The same guy from the picture in your book as the villain. What the? Jungkook, who was clearly surprised by your sudden movement, looked down at you. You wake up, he said, with his raised eyebrows. You stared at him, trying to make sense of what was happening. How did you? I mean, what are you doing here? He did his head. You called me, didn't you? And then he looked around the room. You felt your cheeks flush in embarrassment, not knowing how to respond. Jungkook didn't seem dangerous. It was his presence was still so strange and unexpected. You took a deep breath, tried to stay calm. I didn't call you. I just. Jungkook looked at you with a smirk, still holding you in his arms. It's a strange situation, right? I admit it. You push him, and you quickly grab your phone, still in shock. Started searching for anything that could help you send Jungkook back to his world. You type how to send a fictional character back in their world, but you didn't find anything useful. You signed, frustrated, and looked up at Jungkook. He was still sitting there, looking perfectly calm, as if everything was normal. And then he got up. I'm hungry, he suddenly said, looking at you with serious expressions. You rolled your eyes, feeling more annoyed than surprised. Of course you was. You just appeared from a book and now you want food? He didn't respond, just waiting. Fine, I'll make something. It was raining outside. You quickly fried some eggs, heated up some rice. It was not fancy, but it was quick and simple. You glanced at the clock. It was getting late. I need to leave. You muttered to yourself, stirring the food. My university class starts in 20 minutes. You looked at Jungkook, who was standing near the window watching the rain. When he saw you glancing at him, he turned to you and asked, Can I come with you? What? You wanted to come to my university? He noticed slowly. You stared at him for a moment. You're a fictional villain from a book. You wanted to come to my class? That's insane. After a few minutes, you quickly finish the food and grab your bag. Suddenly, there was a loud knock. You frozen, feeling your stomach dropped. No way, you thought. It can be him. You turned to Jungkook. He was sitting beside you. Hide quickly. You whispered in a low voice, but Jungkook didn't even move. But why? You won't understand. The knock came again, louder this time. You hesitated and no. You had no choice. You walked towards the door. Your heart was racing. Why did it take you so long to open the door? He shouted. Before you could say anything, his hand was about to slap you. You flinched, and before you could react, Jungkook grabbed your ex-wrist and stopped him. His grip was strong. Grip was strong. How dare you? His voice was cold, full in anger. Your eyes widened as Jungkook pushed your ex back, then almost fell. Leave. His eyes locked with him. Now. His face turned red with anger. Who the do you think you are? Jungkook didn't move. When's a boyfriend? He said. His voice was low and dangerous. Then got up, took a step back, looked at you one the last time. His eyes filled with hate. Before turning back, you stood there, frozen, trying to process what had just happened. You finally took a deep breath, turning to him. You didn't have to do that, you said, your voice shaky. Jungkook glanced at you. His expression softened a little. He said quietly, and you should know how to protect yourself. Thanks. You said softly, not knowing what else. Say. You walked into the university feeling a bit nervous with everything had just happened. Jungkook followed you, looking around that seemed calm. As he walked, your friends saw you. They stopped talking and staring at you in surprise, and one of them, Emma, raised her eyebrows and whispered something to others. Who is this? Is he is your new boyfriend? No, he is my bodyguard. You said, trying to sound normal, but Jungkook chuckled as you called him your bodyguard. And then Jungkook gave a small nod, standing still with arms crossed. After a few hours, now you were sitting in the library. He was sitting beside you. You looked at him, you didn't understand why, but there was something about him. The way he looked calm, the way he protected you, made you feel safe, and your heart skipped a beat. He looked at you, he raised his eyebrows. What happened? You shook your head. You're thinking about me, don't you? Your heart beat faster. How you know? If you're staring at me, smiling at me, what does that mean? He was serious, but you was not. Your cheeks turned red. Don't forget you are a villain. What if I forget? Your throat gets right. When will you go back to where you from? Babe, I'm not leaving you. I like you. I like to be with you. Or you can send me back. What? But you are from the book. You are not supposed to be stay here. You called me. I'm here now. I'm staying. I will live with you. It's the way it works. And your heart skip a beat. Thanks for watching. I hope that makes sense. But everything is fiction. It's fiction, So bye bye.